Oh, there we are. Well, everybody. Welcome back to the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel. I am your host, Brian, also known as Crypto Bro, and we are back at it again with another edition of the daily live stream. And boy, oh boy, do we have plenty to discuss today. As we are seeing a lot of red here in the traditional stock market land, and I think that's obviously where we're going to dive into first, kind of seeing some counter trend movement, more or less, I think more less than more, in cryptocurrency land here today. So it'll be interesting to see what price action, how price action unfolds here in the next coming days and next coming weeks here. But we're going to go ahead and hop right into NASDAQ here, printing new lows, testing that, target has been met, target has been absolutely met here. We're actually going to get rid of this. The downside target has been met, obviously after we confirmed this region here as new tentative resistance. We saw yesterday's candle just kind of, back test it once again, the top side of that blue box territory reject once again, and confirming that secondary candle closure, or actually that's a third candle closure below that tentative resistance here. That just adds strength to my downside bias here for this market overall. Target has been met all the way down to 14,590. So what does that mean? I am going to be looking looking for maybe a little bit of a short-term bounce. Maybe not. Maybe this is getting ready to break right now. Obviously, seeing this is an obvious downtrend here. Short-term time frame, stochastics is absolutely shreked and crushed right now. Printing a series of lower lows along the way. RSI on the shorter-term time frames back into the bearish control zone as well. Even from a shorter-term time frame perspective, it does look like this wants to break a little bit lower. Volatility is absolutely maxed out right now on the shorter-term time frames. Moving on to the larger-term time frames here, volatility continues to expand. And again, this is just more indicative of potentially where the directional movement is to continue going via this volatility expansion. Again, anytime we see an initial expansion of volatility, and price action direction is never indicative of that expansion. However, you can kind of get a general idea as volatility expands here, especially above the moving average. You can kind of get a general idea of which direction the market is moving. You're going to see expansion confirm the directional movement here, and obviously that directional movement is down. This is, like, in my opinion, the last hope for the short, medium, and long-term bullish perspective, in my opinion. Again, some other people have differing opinions, but coming off of the structure alone, this is the last low here. The last major low that I'm looking at here before I'm convinced that we're going to see a full swing down to this target here at 14,200, and maybe even all the way down here to 13,900 bucks. Daily stochastics, excuse me, I got a little frog in my throat. We do see daily stochastics fucked. New lows. This diagonal trend line has been shattered. That is definitely indicative of pressure being controlled by the bears. I think we're looking at a potential bear market here, you guys. We do see RSI as well breaking that long-term uptrend structure. Boom, invalid. Look at that. New lows. A lot of new lows here today. The structures that, in my opinion, hold any validity for this market, for this analysis here today, has been shattered on NASDAQ. And generally speaking, my target overall is going to be this first region here at 14,200 bucks. This top right here, I think it's going to be blue skies between this region here and this region here. If we do see a candle break below that region, one of two things is going to happen, in my opinion. The first thing that's going to happen, one of the options is we see a back test to confirm it as resistance, and we swing very swiftly all the way down to 14,200, or we see an initial break, an initial closure, and just a full swan dive down to that initial target here. And again, it doesn't have to happen that way. I would be looking for a bounce along 14,200 bucks here along the way. But at the end of the day, any bounce in this region here, I'm going to be looking, it could be a significant bounce. Yes, it could be a significant bounce, but I'm going to be looking for lower high structure at the end of the day. Obviously, I have planned, a full stop and reversal back to the bullish perspective, but that is looking less and less likely, in my opinion, as the market continues to unfold to the downside. And again, with that 21 exponential moving average strategy that I've been playing with for quite some time, definitely indicative of pressure to the downside. We're seeing legitimate momentum to the downside start building here on the 21. But again, we do have to take into consideration that price action in this market, for whatever reason, typically doesn't last as far as the downside is concerned. Below that 21 exponential, we have plenty of examples. This one being kind of an outlier. Obviously, the coronavirus crash did hold below that 21 exponential for a significant period of time. However, in the context of the overall market, it still wasn't that long of a period of time. We generally don't see a decline below the 21 for very long before seeing a stop and reversal point back to the upside. So it is possible that we do meet that $14,200 target, or even the top side of this blue box territory here before we see that initial stop and reversal. But ultimately, I do have Fibonacci sequences put up on the chart right here. I hope you guys can see them, but we do have this spot 236 right along this region. I have it pulled from the very top of the formation to the bottom of the coronavirus crash, right along this region here. Yeah, as close as possible as I could. I am looking at this entire structure as the Fibonacci sequence here, and here's the spot 236. Very valid target, in my opinion, for the downside. If this market decides to continue continue that way, this is, you know, generally the region here that I would be looking for a very, very, very significant bounce. And if this is the region that, you know, it's going to bounce, this could also potentially be the region here where we see that, you know, full blown reversal on the daily time frame back to the upside, maybe back to new all-time highs. And again, you know, with everything considered here, when in doubt, pull out. And, you know, while we've had some bearish action, obviously we've had some, you know, some significant downtrends on the daily. They tend to not last too long in this market here before just absolutely shredding to the upside. So, you know, where do I get concerned for like the extremely long term? We're gonna have to bring up the weekly for that here, and you know, even looking at the weekly time frame here, it's not that concerning. Yeah, you know, we're seeing candle dip below the 21 exponential here on the weekly time frame, but again, it tends to not last that long, right? We tend to see a break of the 21. We see this little, you know, this little deviation here with the downside slope, and then just a complete, you know, rip and crush movements to the upside. So, you know, it all depends on what the market decides to do. I try not to look, you know, too far into the future for, you know, possibilities all the way down to, you know, the one even region here, the $6,000 region or anything like that. But as far as NASDAQ is concerned, we are seeing a little bit of a turn, and I am expecting price action to, well, maybe not expecting, planning for price action to continue, you know, downwards until proven otherwise. And again, the proof otherwise, as far as uptrend structure is concerned, you know, we could easily see a bounce all the way up to the 21 exponential, maybe even a little higher to this resistance here. But until we take out the current lower high at 15,315 here, I'm not going to be looking for any kind of continuation to new all-time highs or any bullish momentum to carry onwards and upwards. I'm actually just going to be looking for the downside here. SPY futures, same thing, new lows achieved on SPY futures, and it does look like we are getting continuation as a result. I am going to be looking for the 42.50 target here, this horizontal support level, generally as a potential target here. More likely than not, and we do see RSI here again. You know, after that bounce up, testing the 50 read, that was kind of my show and tell of like, hey, you know, this momentum to the upside really isn't legit, and you know, especially as it got rejected back below the exponential here. Boom, we're now starting to see new lows in the formation, basically taking out all the lows here. I don't think there's a valid uptrend structure, in my opinion, for this asset right now. Downside continuation is kind of where I'm leading here too, especially with stochastics, you know, popping back up above the bearish control zone, rejecting that region and diving swiftly back into the bearish control zone. It's definitely a show of force as far as the bearish perspective is concerned. Any closure below this region here at 42.50, I will be looking for more levels to the downside. Actually, I don't have them marked off, surprisingly, but I would just be targeting low after low here from this point out. I would actually target this region here first and foremost at 41.35. That would be my general first target here, and I would look for a bounce along that region. Actually, I don't have the Fibonacci sequence on this one just yet. Let's go ahead and plot that out for you guys real quick. And again, I'm doing it from the top of the structure to the bottom of the coronavirus crash here, just to get a general feel. Maybe I can make this a little bit. There we go. Make it a little bit easier to see where my shit's at. That's not right. What am I doing? What is my life? Why? Why is my life? There we go. Actually looking at it like that. Come in here, zoom in, get back on this structure here. And again, yeah, that's pretty all right. You know, the more lows we take out on this, you guys, the more and more convinced I'm going to be looking for a full-on pull to that $4,000 region here. That's spot 236 Fibonacci extension region here, as price action continues to decline. And you know, again, with the 21 exponential on this one, you know, we've seen a lot more stabs below it, and at the same time, we've seen a lot more stabs below it, and you know, swift recoveries back above. So, you know, the same disposition applies. Usually, oh, what the hell happened? Where's my music, bro? I hope there's nothing wrong with my stream right now. There we go. Yeah, that's Jake. Sue me, bro. As price action continues to decline, the more seeing this structure here, I'm very confident here that the downside is the main disposition here. Again, unless proven otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm basically journaling my own thought process, my own viewpoints here on the market as a whole, and the way the market's looking right now. I do believe this is the cycle top at the current moment in time, and I'll be looking for price action to continue to blow through these support levels as the days go by, at least until proven otherwise. And as far as the bullish perspective is concerned, the only thing that will convince me is a higher high and higher low structure for the bullish momentum. But we're nowhere near that right now. From where we're at on price action right now, again, same thing as NASDAQ. The only thing that would convince me that this thing's getting ready to rip to new all-time highs is a candle closure above 44.50, the current lower high in this structure. But again, we saw price action come up to that 21, meet it with resistance perfectly, confirm a lower high, and continue downwards to new lows here. I do believe we are in the precipice of a change of behavior, and I will be looking for the market to continue downwards, especially with those two. Dow Jones, same thing, new lows achieved. We broke that, that structure that we were looking at. The target has been met, the target has been met, the target has been met on all three. And again, I'm not here to toot my own horn, but when you plan for everything and expect nothing, 9 times out of 10, your plan comes to fruition, especially if you're planning, different perspectives of the market as a whole, and this was one of my general targets for price action here. We did see yesterday's candle, the day prior, that candle come up, test this resistance, confirm it as resistance, boom, follow through with a third test coming into today, and we saw a swift dive below support here. So I will be looking for tomorrow's candle to either swan dive to this region here, or move a little boringly along this resistance and confirm it as resistance. And even if we don't confirm it with resistance here with a bounce back up, we're still on new lows here, and the downtrend is still extremely valid in my opinion. We do have another lower high as well as another lower low. So my general disposition, same as the other two. I'm looking for targets down. We do see a soft cross right now, potentially looking at a rejection of the upper neutral zone here. Not a good look. We could also confirm a lower high in stochastic structure coming off of a new low as well. Not very good. Rejection of the 50 read, leading with RSI breaking back below that negatively sloped exponential. Boom, back test, rejection. Uptrend structure, no longer valid in my opinion. Boom, we're going to delete it. I'm going to be looking for something new, a new setup to potentially occur. But as far as my positions are concerned, anything short that I'm in, I'm riding it. I'm riding it short until proven otherwise. And again, same disposition. The only thing that would convince me of actual bullish momentum would be a new high in this formation with any candle closure above 34,870. And that's it. Until that condition is met, down is my only disposition. Dixie actually ripping to the upside. Boom. Nice little pullback. Nothing too scary, right? Nothing too scary. Just a little bit of sell-off here. And again, we were talking about this for quite some time here, looking at the potential long-term reversal formation here for the U.S. dollar index, and I do believe that's coming to fruition here. We do see stochastics deep in the bullish critical zone, confirming new highs. And matching this high right here. So yeah, very, very, very controlled by the bulls in my perspective here. Same thing with the RSI. That long-term structure that we've been looking at is very, very, very valid still. RSI back above the exponential here. Exponential extremely positive. Definitely a show of force from the bullish perspective here. And now we see RSI maintaining control in the bullish control zone. I do like that. And we have volatility expansion. Now, volatility expansion did go above the moving average here and has been met at the diagonal trend line. So it is very possible that we aren't seeing that full expansion process play out to its fullest extent just yet. Once we see this diagonal trend line here break, I will be convinced that, hey, now's the time to be looking for legitimate expansion for the future, and I would be looking for big moves coming in sometime around November. I do believe that, yeah, sometime in the first week of November. And again, not a crystal ball thing. I'm not saying that it's guaranteed to happen at that exact time on November 7th. All I'm saying is that from now until that point, something big could occur from a volatility perspective. And you know, for price action, you know, I'm looking for continuation, to be quite honest with you. We have a lot of divergence between price action and that yellow 21 exponential. We did see a little bit of a break below support, but this was never confirmed as support here, and I'm actually getting this line off of these 2 wicks here. So realistically, a pullback to this region here at 94.05 would not be out of the question in my opinion. But again, even if that condition occurs, which we already have that target being met, I'm still vastly bullish, and I am going to be looking for extension all the way up to 94.75. Any candle closure above 94.75 will confirm legitimate, actual macro reversal style formation, and I would be looking for the US dollar to absolutely fucking rip to new highs coming into, you know, the next couple of months here. Downside perspective, the only downside perspective I have on this one is a potential pullback to the 21 exponential. We haven't seen a higher low since this region here on the 23rd of it hasn't been that long, right? It hasn't been that long. The 23rd of September here. Yeah, it hasn't been that long since we've confirmed a higher low. So, you know, maybe just continuation as a whole. But, you know, even if we did see a pullback to the 21, it wouldn't be anything that's considered unhealthy as far as the structure is concerned. I would be looking for any kind of, you know, higher low structure to build upon that 21 exponential. Now, if we break the 21 exponential and confirm it as resistance, I would be looking for a general. Damn it! All this fucking talking, Jesus! Fuck. Gets my throat all dry and shit, you know? Fuck. All right. Okay. Candle, you know, open and closure below that 21. I would be looking for a general pullback to this region here, the current low at 92.96. But again, is that my disposition? No. I see the evidence. I see the force. I see the buying pressure, and the buying pressure is definitely pushing price action to the upside. And until proven otherwise, I'm bullish as fuck on the US dollar index here. We're gonna go ahead and move on. Checking out Bitcoin here and that little bit of a counter trend action. It's not really counter trend. It is a little weird to see Nasdaq dumping, SPY futures dumping, Dow Jones dumping, a lot of other stocks are dumping. I know there's news about that spending bill and all that shit. So it is possible that has something to do with yesterday's upside price action momentum here. But do I think the momentum is real? No. No. Okay, so here are the contributing factors. And again, I could be wrong. And you know, if I'm proven wrong, is Bitcoin getting ready to be a hedge? It's possible, right? Past market performance is not indicative of future market results. In the past, Bitcoin has not been a hedge against shit, in my opinion. When the stock market is bearish, Bitcoin is bearish. When the stock market is bullish, Bitcoin is bullish. When the US dollar index is bullish, the stock market and the cryptocurrency market isn't. And I'm not saying it's something that's guaranteed, but it is possible, right? It is something to say, yeah, it's possible to see Bitcoin play out as a hedge. It is possible that this is a macro high or low. Yeah, it's possible. Am I looking at it like that? Fuck no. I'm just looking at this as, consolidation right now. We're definitely ranging between two horizontals, the top horizontal being 44,875 and the bottom horizontal being 40,700, maybe 40,750. And the general disposition is this: until we break that, and those are not easy to see. Those are not easy to see. Can you guys not see my shit? I hope not, man. Maybe I'll make it. Maybe I'll change up the color scheme here. Still, why is it so difficult to see? All right, okay. Maybe I just do that from now on. This is the range that I'm looking at here. I just noticed on my screen that it's not the most visible thing in the world. I do apologize if you guys have been having a hard time looking at my horizontal support and resistances over the past, infinite streams. I'm a visual creature, and when I see something, my body's like, my brain's like, oh, this looks pretty cool. I'm gonna keep it like that. And then I don't realize that you guys can't see shit on the stream. So this, I guess this is gonna be the main color from now on. Nice blue, nice visible horizontal support and resistance, and we're gonna make it 2px here, nice and thick for everybody to see. But look, we have a general range right here. The top side being 40. What is it? We'll just call it 44,900. 44,900 is the top side, and 40,007 is the bottom side. And until price action breaks one of those two levels here, I am not looking for anything to happen. As a matter of fact, Nice little bounce, you know, up to the 21 exponential, you know, seeing a little bit of resistance here on that 21 exponential. And again, I'm not saying it won't break, but all I'm saying is that we did meet this with resistance, and price action is currently failing to achieve a break of the 21 exponential. And again, the 21 exponential being the main catalyst for my position here, I am 2% above yesterday's 21 position, which means, what does that mean? Maybe, you know, if I went 2% off of yesterday's closure, I would actually be at more of a loss than the day prior here. With this price action moving to the upside, we do see the upside pressure on the 21. What was once, you know, fully negative here has been, you know, slightly lessened in its negative slope. And again, I take slope analysis extremely seriously. This is a little concerning as far as the bearish perspective is concerned, but again, I have to stick with my strategy. I have to stick with my edge, and as long as price action remains below that 21 exponential, I am holding short. Looking for a range consolidation continuation all the way down to 40,715 once again. If we confirm a rejection of the 21 today, I would be looking for that move to play out into fruition with a full pullback all the way to the bottom side of the range once again, unless proven otherwise with a candle closure above the 21. I would then look for a move to the top side of the range. And again, the range in this perspective, as far as future price action is concerned, is the most important factor to consider here. We are in a range until proven otherwise. If we do break the top side of the range, boy oh boy, I would be looking for a general move to this diagonal resistance. Whenever that play, you know, potentially comes to fruition, I would be looking for a pull into that resistance level here. And again, this is a valid region. We've seen it act as resistance plenty of times. Here, and here, and then we saw a flip to support here, and then came back down and confirmed support again, hit resistance, finally broke through, and then boom, used it as resistance once again. So I do put a lot of weight on this diagonal trend line here. It has acted as resistance and support multiple times, numerous times here within price action history. I would be looking for price action to potentially reject that region. And again, you know, even if we do break the range to the upside, we still have to talk about the possibilities of confirming yet another lower high. Yes, this is confirmed as another lower high, but any other future highs that close below the prior lower high at 48,530 will be considered, in my opinion, another lower high, and I would continue to remain bearish on Bitcoin, not only on the medium term, but on the long term as well. Because again, when in doubt, pull out. Look at the structure as a whole. We don't have, you know, maybe I will. Oh shit, maybe I will. Shit, I'm fucking up. Maybe I will talk about this here. We'll go ahead and go to this chart right here. We'll go ahead and remove. Well, actually, where's my sheet? There's my sheet. We're gonna go ahead and close this bad boy out. We're gonna bring up the Hall moving average here, and again, this is the Hall 104 on the weekly time frame. You can't make this stuff up. You know, the pressure is definitely to the downside as far as you know, the H104 is concerned. A couple of examples in the past. You know, we got a break above the the Hall 104 here, and then boom, you know, nice big huge bull market all the way to the upside, and then we get a first candle break on the weekly time frame below that moving average with a back test all the way into that honey hole, the spot 5 Fibonacci extension, and then boom, year-long bear market. Another example with a break above, again on the weekly time frame, a nice bullish up run to like that $14,000 region here from a wick perspective, and then boom, nice little consolidation, first candle break, nice little fake out, boom, back test, kiss it, dump. And then we get this region here breaking above, nice extreme bull market to the upside, and then we get our first break below, boom, back test, kiss it, reject. You guys can, you know, I can't make this stuff up. You know, the evidence is, you know, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. I sound like fucking Rick and Morty right now. The proof is in the pudding. Yeah, that's it. As far as Bitcoin's concerned, look for the range. Look for it to continue ranging until proven otherwise. We do have targets to the downside. If the bottom side of the range here breaks, the first target I'll be looking for is this $38,200 region, which is which happens to be my first take profit zone. I am, you know, pretty excited about this take profit if it does come to fruition here, because I'm looking at a nice hefty amount of profit. This is one of the bigger positions that I've ever put on the market here. Again, I'm confident with this 21 exponential moving average strategy, and I'm not saying it has to work, but you know, the way I've been playing the 21 exponential here, using horizontal support and resistance, and using the indications that I use, I've seen extreme success. And again, if you can't trade a small account, you can't trade a big account. And I've had a lot of success trading with really small positions and taking, you know, really small profits. I said, what the fuck? I'm gonna start playing with bigger numbers and try to grow my my overall wallet with bigger profits here. So if Bitcoin does come to fruition to the downside here, I'm going to be very excited to see the possibility of Bitcoin hitting that bottom side target, the bottom side take profit zone here at 38,200. And again, as long as we're below that 21 exponential, that is, you know, my main disposition. Yes, we do see a little bit of green, although we're seeing a whole sea of red in in the big three and a lot of other markets. We are seeing green here in Bitcoin, and you know, not really seeing anything right now. We're about 6 hours into the day, so take it with a grain of salt until the range breaks. I'm looking forward to range. Let's move on. We're gonna do AMC again. Spending bill. I think this is, the spending bill. I heard about it. I don't care about it, but it definitely had an effect on some of these markets today. I'm still bearish on this one. We did close above support here. I will be looking for general continuation to retest the $40.20 horizontal resistance here. But again, the potential to formulate another lower high in this structure here is very possible. But if we break that $40.20 target here, I'm going to start looking at that 21. I'm going to start looking at potentially opening a position here on AMC because that 21 exponential will be threatened here as far as the bearish perspective is concerned. We do see a nice little potential up. And again, remember what I said, just because we see a little bit of a divvy below this trend line here does not make it invalid. We're starting to see the beginning etchings of a cross up here just below that long-term diagonal trend line here. So I do like that. And again, close enough is close enough. Even if you move it down like this, I would still consider this region here a touch, and I would still consider this region here a touch. Fully validating, in my opinion, this diagonal uptrend line from a stochastics perspective. So that is something nice to see. We do see RSI formulating a nice little uptrend as well. Maybe we do have something longer term. Oh shit, dog. Oh shit, dog. Oh shit. And again, while I, generally speaking, I am a little bearish on AMC. We do have a couple of things from a bullish perspective that might give some of the bulls a little bit of a hard on here. And we do see a nice little curve up off of that RSI support line here, and then boom, nice move to the upside. Doesn't convince me that I'm ready to take a position. All this is telling me is like, hey, a couple of warning shots are being fired. We did confirm a breach of resistance. We didn't confirm a low, but we did confirm a breach of resistance. So any future decisions are based off the next few days, in my opinion, as far as long positions are going. But if we continue to reject that 21 exponential, we confirm another lower high here. The general disposition for the downside at $32 even will remain the same, and potentially even lower, all the way down to $29 for AMC. So moving on to a request here today, MMAT. What do we see? A nice little pullback, test and confirm as support. We did confirm this region here as support, and because of that, I will be looking for price action to move all the way back up to this region here at $6.80 here. We do see stochastics giving you a nice signal, I think the other day here, and continuing further up to the upside, above that 50 read. I do like that signal. We do, have this kind of rising low formation here on stochastics. RSI, similar thing. Nice new high confirmed. Nice little back test. Confirmed the exponentialist support. I think price action reverts to the upside, and if it doesn't, it's still not out of the question to see more of a test of the 21. Maybe you can consider that a test, but I don't think it's close enough to be considered a full test of that 21 exponential. But it still wouldn't be out of the question to see a little bit more of pressure to the downside, test that 21, confirm a higher low here, and then rip to the upside. Or we could see this confirm a higher low on this support and rip up to that $6.80 region here. Any closure above $6.83, $8.67 is going to be my target generally, give or take a few cents here. They're just roughly targets to the upside. We do see expanding volatility. I don't know if we have a trend line here to consider. Maybe we do. Maybe we just, I mean, it's real tight. It's real tight, but we do have a diagonal trend line here from a volatility perspective. Once we saw that collapse here, the moving average started diving, and the volatility started getting collapsed, and we see that formation here breaking on the daily time frame here, and the exponential here being forced to a positive slope. So I do believe any kind of move to the upside could potentially be volatility bullish. Let's go technical analysis time. Hell yeah, Matt's in the house. Welcome to the channel, Matt. Thanks for being here, bro. I don't know if you made any requests in the chat. I'm not really going to scroll through the chat. There's been a lot of messages and a lot of conversation here. That shit excites me, you guys, for real. When you guys are discussing, analysis and market moves and news and market fundamentals in the chat, man, it really gets me excited to see that there's actual traffic going through my community here. So if you did drop any requests in the chat, I do apologize. I probably won't find them. If you have anything you want me to look at, drop them in the comments, brother. As far as for the downside for MMAT, I will be looking at this $4.90 region here. That'll be the convincing factor that tells me that this is going to be a structural lower high. Again, in the grand scheme of the whole scheme of the whole structure here. Yes, it is possible to confirm a lower high structure, but again, we do have expansion on a lot of these momentum oscillators. We have expansion on volatility here, and price action continues to remain above the 21 exponential. If we do see a flash crash below $4.90 here, I will look for a general move all the way to $3.80, and that's the only target to the downside I have. Am I confident on that? No. 21 is positive, RSI is positive, stochastics is positive, volatility is expanding above the moving average for the first time since the collapse below the moving average. I do believe the general thesis for this move is bullish. The Hall of Fame, you guys, I'm looking for new lows, to be quite honest with you here. A secondary candle closure. Well, no, that's a third candle closure, actually. Pressure is down. Pressure is definitely down, in my opinion. We do see RSI. This is invalid. Achieving new lows. A nice little, momentous push to the upside, but it doesn't change a thing. It doesn't change the fact that this is going to be the original target here. I'm looking for 255. Maybe that, maybe we could see that confirmed as tested, but again, I think the pressure is really to the downside on this one. I will be looking for 255 to break and my full target of $2.41 to be fully met. And again, I've been mentioning that $2.41 target for quite some time. It hasn't played out for quite some time, but I do believe maybe this is the time. This doesn't look good from a trading perspective. It doesn't look good. Maybe from an investment perspective, please break. Please go to the downside, because I'm looking to exponentially increase the amount of shares that I'm currently holding. And again, stochastics confirming a lower high, rejecting the bottom side of the bullish control zone, crashing through that 50 read. This is a very, very, very serious indication, in my opinion. And not only that, but we saw a rejection of the 50 read here on RSI, and that exponential is extremely negative. Yeah, I would be looking for a move to the upside slightly to test resistance, but I'm going to be looking for it to get rejected, just because the simple fact that we do see RSI below that exponential. The exponential is very negative, and we've used the negatively sloped exponential as resistance multiple times in this market here. So with the downside momentum being implied, I will be looking for any kind of push to the upside to get rejected. The only thing that will convince me otherwise is a full candle closure, candle opening closure above that 21 exponential. That's going to be the first warning shot fired. The second warning shot fired will be a closure above $3.10, and then maintaining structure above that region. We saw that partially play out a little bit here, and then just rejected back down. What will fully convince me is closures above $3.40. That will convince me that we're going to be starting to look for targets to the upside on the Hall of Fame here. And at the same time, we are seeing collapsing volatility. The moving average is starting to dip a little bit. There hasn't been any red volatility on this price action chart here just yet. So I wonder what's to come for the Hall of Fame in the future. But as far as targets to the downside, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. Two targets, 255 and 241. So that's going to do it for the Hall of Fame. I already did. I didn't do MMA. Yeah, I did. I did MMAT. Let's go ahead and move on to the next request here today. Fubo. I haven't looked at that bad boy in quite some time. I might have to redo the chart. Yeah, I'm gonna redo the chart. Gonna start fresh here. Oh man, that was a perfect horizontal entry right there. A nice range. Boom. Again, I want to try to keep this as simple as possible because I believe convoluted analysis is just a pain in the ass. Boom. I mean, what has more touch points? I'd say that. I think, yeah, that has more touch points. So, okay, Fubo, not looking too hot. Not looking too hot. Consolidation here broke to the downside. And now we're maintaining structure below the 21 exponential here. Oh, shit, I fucked up. There we go. Yeah, maintaining structure below the 21, and we just saw a back test here. Bounce up, test this resistance, and reject it. We do see RSI below the exponential here, confirming a new low before that bounce. Not a good look, in my opinion. We're below the 50 read. I think we got our crucial signal here with that rejection of the 50 read here. I do believe the pressure is down. We do see daily stochastics absolutely getting soul crushed at the current moment in time for this one. Looking at a little bit of pressure to the upside, but guess what? Both of those are still negative. Yeah, I think the pressure's on for this one here. And it's not to say that this couldn't potentially formulate to be a macro high or low here, because from a macro perspective, this is your macro low right here before this formation came to fruition here. You could argue maybe we're looking at a macro high or low. Yeah, I'm actually looking for continuation all the way down to $20.75 here. This region along this touch point, right? This multiple touch point, this consolidation region. Technically we broke into that already. I'd look for general continuation to the downside unless one of the following conditions is met. Number one, a candle closure back above $25. Number two, a candle closure back above that yellow 21 exponential here. That would be convincing enough for me to look for a push all the way back up to 30.50. But we broke. Typically when we break consolidation to the downside, it generally doesn't end up good. And again, I could be wrong. This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but from my perspective, seeing this big consolidation range here play out, and then break to the downside, it really generally doesn't mean, oh, this is going to reverse and become bullish once again. It generally tells me that there were multiple attempts to get this one to become bullish again, and all the attempts here were absolutely rejected. And now we saw that come to fruition with a break, of the bottom side of the range here. So downside is my general position on Fubo here. Let's go ahead and take a look at Prague. This one actually might be a little shorter today. Not a bad thing. I do have a video game to play tonight. I love video games. NASDAQ Prague. What the fuck is this? I was talking shit about this one, wasn't I? God damn. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and Jesus Christ, man. I hold on. Let me make sure. When's the last time I did Prague? Because I'm pretty sure I roasted the shit out of Prague here. I mean, I had it marked. We have signals. We have signals, y'all. Obviously not the healthiest of stocks, not the healthiest of assets. Definitely a penny stock. It's listed on the NASDAQ. It's not listed on the Russell 2000, so I don't know how. It's a penny stock in my opinion. Anything below $5 is a penny stock in my opinion. Let's go ahead and plot some points out here. Now we have a full breakout to talk about here today. So I need to actually take my time here and look for significant levels. Okay, yeah, we actually rejected this. Hit that with resistance. Okay, we have a couple of levels to talk about here. Okay. Huge breakout. Secondary candle closure above the 21 exponential. Very juicy, very juicy, very juicy indeed. Look at that momentum. Look at that gap. Absolutely disgusting. Nice break of that 50 read here. This is fucking momentum. This is momentum right here. Huge momentum. Higher low structure on stochastics. Boom. back into the bearish control zone. Have we breached the bearish? No, we're still looking pretty good here. Volatility absolutely. Look at that moving average, absolutely maxed out here. I am going to be looking for a little bit of a push past the $1.70 region here. Any candle closure above $1.70, I would look for another move all the way up to $2.60 here, unless we see some kind of flash crash. Nonetheless, we are in an uptrend. Again, a micro uptrend, a micro. This does not mean macro long-term bullish. This is just micro. This is not a critical high. This is not a critical high. This is not a critical high. This is a critical high. For me to become long-term bullish, macro bullish, I need to see price action back above $4 here. For now, I'm going to be, focusing on the micro here. Let's go ahead and look at the 4-hour. Yeah, continuation is definitely the disposition here. Continuation on that 4-hour candlestick here. Boom. I like it. I would look for a push coming into the pre-market here up to $1.70, and maybe even a push past that region here coming into tomorrow's open. We do see the 4-hour volatility expanding above that moving average once again, forcing it slightly positive in the general direction of the move. Stochastics, boom, lift off back above that 50 read. Again, this is short-term time frames. RSI, in the bullish control zone. Yeah, I like this one for continuation, man. Unless we see some kind of flash crash and a top call, I'm not going to be looking for any kind of deviation to the downside. Today looks fucking amazing. Amazing is an understatement, but the way that this reacted today, 40%, man. God damn, what a trade. I hope you were trading this, dude. My dude Corey was the one that requested this one today, and I hope you took profit on that 40%, dude. I hope you didn't leave any of that profit on the table. CEI, I think actually saw some pullback action today. Chamber Energy, yeah, a little bit of pullback action doesn't mean shit. To be quite honest with you, doesn't mean shit to me. I'm still looking for continuation to new highs. We did confirm a candle closure above that major level here. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be looking for macro, long-term bullish price action on this one. Coming to the weekly, very evident that we're looking at macro reversal here. This entire structure has been completely shit on. Look at the slope on that 21. On the weekly, you guys, weekly volatility expanding drastically back above that moving average, forcing it completely positive to new highs. I like that signal. RSI, I don't know what the fuck is going on with RSI on this chart. I don't know, and I don't care on the weekly time frame, but I got some RSI on the daily time frame, right? But we do see volatility completely maxed out at the current moment in time. Coiling. I fucking love when the stochastics coils in the bullish critical zone. That just tells you that there is no hope for the bears, man. I think the bears absolutely pushed this one to its absolute breaking point after achieving all-time lows, and now we're seeing a stock rip like fucking never before. Absolutely powerful move. Let's go ahead and take a measured move from exact low to exact current price. You're up. Shit! 1,055, spot 48%. God damn, I'd close my position right now. Boop. I'd take all the money. Wait for a pullback. Yes, I would have to be comfortable in saying that, with the way RSI is looking, a pullback might be expected. Might be on the tables here for this one. But as far as the macro is concerned, I'm fucking bullish on this one. This one looks absolutely explosive. I might have to consider hopping into the CEI here and start trading it. What the fuck was that? Hold on. I'll be right back. I heard some shit. I heard something. Alright, whatever. I heard some shit. Had to pull out the piece. I don't give a fuck. I ain't here to play no games. I'm here to trade. Bro. Fucking right. Back to CEI. Absolutely disgusting. This price action's actually... It closed red, up 11.7%. So, the general disposition is, yeah, I would look for a pullback. Let's go ahead and look at the 4-hour. Yeah, I would look for a little bit of a pullback, maybe a short-term time frame pullback, maybe even affecting the daily time frame here. We haven't printed a higher low since this region here, which, you know, arguably hasn't been, you know, it hasn't been that long since we confirmed that low. But nonetheless, you know, it wouldn't be out of the question to see a little bit of a low, you know, all the way back down to the 21 exponential first and foremost, you know, maybe around $2. But again, that's a big maybe. That's a big maybe. Generally speaking, though, you know, from a daily time frame, 2-day looking beautiful, 3-day looking fucking amazing, weekly looking fucking awesome, monthly looking at absolute reverse. Man, this will be this will convince me on the monthly here to buy this one, to be quite honest with you. Jesus Christ, absolutely disgusting price action on this one here today, you guys. And for the last about, you know, three weeks, I would say, very, very, very juicy price action. Nothing to be worried about on CEI, not just yet, in my opinion. But yeah. I think that's going to wrap it up, you guys. I don't think I have any more requests. I did the Hall of Fame. I did the request on the board, Bitcoin, the Big Three, AMC, Dixie. Yeah, that's going to wrap it up, everybody. That's the stream. That's the stream. Oh, Morty. Oh, that's the stream, Morty. Oh, that's the stream. I'm clearly a Rick and Morty fan. I don't know if y'all can see that, but this is my Morty hat. Rick and Morty hat, big old flat bill snapback that I'd be wearing in every stream. Huge Rick and Morty fan. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the stream. I'm just trying to be goofy. I'm just trying to have a good time. Thanks for being here, everybody. Anybody that watched that stream, thank you very much. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell if you are new. Please do not deviate from the description below, just for the simple fact that I do not come in here as a financial advisor. I'm not a fucking financial advisor. So if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to check that description in the description box below if you're watching from YouTube. I understand there's just no title on my videos, and I don't know why it does that. It takes my description and puts that as the title on the Facebook platform. It's weird, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out later. That's it. 1,000 more years of streams, 100 more years of streams coming at you every day. You know what it is. It's me. It's Crypto Bro. I'm coming at you fresh and live every day. If you're new, come to the channel. It's exciting. It's exciting. I love being exciting. It's exciting. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. And if you're a current member and you're watching the stream, man, you know, help a brother out and get some people in here, man. We've been stuck at 90 followers for like a month now. We've kind of plateaued. I want to fix that. I'm trying. That's gonna do it for the stream today. Yeah, I think that's it. Part of me doesn't want to get off, but I'm gonna. So that's gonna be it. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for being a part of the family. Thanks for being a part of the community. And until next time, everybody, you already know what it is. Stay safe. Stay happy.